Now, let's head to the first session. Now, since a lot of people are new here, I would like to introduce to you Dr. Tanuja Manoj Nesari. We are privileged to welcome Professor Dr. Tanuja Manoj Nesari, an eminent academician and visionary in the field of Ayurveda, renowned for her leadership in policy, education, and research. Dr. Nesari has served in key administrative roles including Additional Director Academics and Medical Superintendent at Chaudhry Brahma Praksha Ayurved Charak Sansthan under the Government of NCT, Delhi, and formerly held the post of Principal at Tilak Ayurveda College, Pune. A university recognized professor with nearly 3 decades of teaching experience, she has mentored over 50 postgraduate scholars and is deeply involved in curriculum development and academic governance at top institutions including JNU, BHU, and IPGTNR, Jamnagar, Gujarat. She is also a domain expert on national research committees including FSSAI, CCRAS, and the Technical Screening Committee of National Medicinal Plants Board. Her pioneering research in neurocognitive pharmacology, authorship of 15 academic books, and her leadership in international collaborative projects, notably the Ayurveda module trial in the UK, underscore her global impact in advancing integrative health through Ayurveda. Now, ma'am currently serves as the director of ITRA, which is Institute of Teaching and Research in Ayurveda, Jamnagar, Gujarat. Ma'am, I kindly request you to take over the stage, and we're eager to listen to you speak today.
Thank you again for a nice introduction and thank you everyone for joining again. For interaction, I once again thank Madam Director for this opportunity. And I'm happy that the Bala Pesla and highly accomplished Dr. Mr. Verma and all the faculties from different parts of India and from Anna University and around the state and the nation are present here. I take this opportunity to pose some challenges, and it is always said that when there are 100 problems, there are 101 solutions. So maybe at the end of the presentation, we can discuss about what are the possible solutions. And that solution, the key is only technology and integration with the science. That is the key. But technologies cannot do on their own. Like AI gives us something else, like hypothetically. But if you really have the domain expert with the Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, then based on the foundation as data, Bala Pesla was mentioning, the data driven from the tradition, supported with the technology will come out with the best as a synergy. So this is the presentation, modern food technology towards scalable and sustainable model. Because sustainable only comes with the commercialization. Few years back, I had an opportunity to visit the great visionary leaders, Swaminathan institution, and he used to say there are 5 C's. It is a conservation, but the conservation, communication, commerce comes only with the commerce and commercialization. Any tradition is to be conserved, sustainable, then it should have the scalability and the translation with the marketability. Then only it will have a sustainability. So this is with his same leader in the same land. I take this statement and the opportunity to present how is our tradition. So when we say that the Ayurveda Ahar, when we say that it is the functional food, traditional nutraceutical, the base is protein, calorie, carbohydrate, the measure per serving measure, and all that we understand. But the Ayurveda understands differently. So when we are trying to develop technology and understand the science behind it, it is not the apple comparing with the oranges. Rupa, I was mentioning and nicely introduced, but she was mentioning about what is a sesame, what is the til, and how I can say that sesamol and other phytoconstituents, for quality it is good, But to ensure an efficacy, we really need to understand the approach, Ayurveda approach, and how we understand the approach, how we develop the technology to understand this approach. Then only we will have the scalability. That is the first key principle I want to say. Because Ayurveda food is based on 5 elements. And the 5 element theories are translated into 3 doshas. And in the food, it is a rasa, virya, potency. So if we understand lock-in key mechanism with dosha and rasa and develop some technology tool, AI-based tool, maybe Bala can give, but the others also can do, I think that is the justice. And understand, for quality, we really understand the phyto molecules, like botanical reference standard, phytochemical reference standards. But for efficacy, we have to understand what is the fundamental approach the science has. So Ayurveda is based on the 5 element principle. And we have to understand in each food which 5 elements, which element is dominant. If fire is dominant, that food will be hot, like mirchi, like pepper. It's a fire dominant. And cucumber, zucchini is a water dominant. So those, if we, then they will increases similar in the body. So this, if we, they will be pro-inflammatory marker. The others will increase mucus in the food. So those terminology needs to be translated, and that is the duty and job with where the synergy will happen with the domain expert, with the scientists and technologists coming together. I think, and those tools, biomedical engineering tools, technology, those biotechnology, others can join together and we can understand. So the Ayurveda, when we say that Ayurvedic food, so functional food, it is not only for the health prevention, but also for the treatment as well. But what is the outcome? More importantly, when we say that the journey of the Ayurveda, whatever Ayurveda physician, treatment, food, whatever we do, food is medicine, so food also has the journey. So it is not from illness to wellness, like someone has a fever, then there is no fever. So it is a illness to wellness. But we say that the journey does not stop there. We say that the journey starts from illness to wellness to happiness. Because ultimate aim of Ayurveda is life, it is a knowledge system of health and happiness. What you do is that even it is healthy food, you go run around, do exercise, gymming and all, but that gives you unhappiness. So that is not good for you. So whatever is good for you, that gives happiness, is good for you. It should be beneficial and you like it also. So Ayurveda gives both together. So it is a value addition, like topping on the cake, icing on the cake, something like that. So it is together, value addition. It is a knowledge system of health and happiness. So which gives us the most happiness? Someone comes us, we have a birthday party, we give the food. So food is the medium of giving happiness. We have to remember these things. Very first principle, developing the technology, Ayurveda, but that should give happiness also and the health also. So both together is the best food. Even technology also should be palatable and healthy. So it is yummy as well as healthy as well. So this is the first principle of the food technology, how we translate it. So we translate principles, theory and the application also should go together hand in hand. That is the first principle. So why food is important for us, everyone, as a physician, as a academician, as a research, food is the first top, because it is a 3 pillar amongst 3 pillar: diet, lifestyle and ahara, nidra and brahmacharya. So the sleep, lifestyle and the food is the 3 pillars of the health. So when we say that if we follow good food, then there will be no disease. And if you don't follow, medicine is of no use. Pathe sadigadartasya kim aushadam nisevanam. So these are 3 upastambha, main pillar of the health: ahara, nidra and brahmacharya. And it is very beautiful quotation. It says that naro hita ahara vihara sevi. Hitakar, beneficial. The one nara, the person who has hitakar, beneficial diet, vihar, lifestyle, and samikshakari, always when I have the cake on my plate, it is not that someone has served it, I have to eat it, but really samiksha, analyzing whether it is really good for me, then I should. So, hita is beneficial, and always mindful eating, every moment, whatever comes in our plate, whether it is beneficial, non-beneficial, that is samiksha. And hitakar, beneficial, as according to my prakruti, constitution, according to desha, that is I am coming from north, and in southern, whatever I get, whether it is really good, I come from south, whether in north it is good. So all analytical mind for mindful eating is should be there. Some vishayeshu asaktaha. Everywhere, all in the marriage, there are 100 plates, 100 menus. So it's not that I have to eat each and everything. Asaktaha, not to be taken, which is good, and that dataha should be given. Samaha satyaparaha bhavati arogaha, the one who becomes healthy. When we say that the healthy food, so healthy food, there is no label of any food in the world as a healthy food, because anything healthy becomes unhealthy if you don't do samiksha. Anything unhealthy becomes healthy, you do good processing and at right time. So these principles and application, it is not only selection, but application is also very important. So why I was telling that Ayurveda food is healthy and happy, that comes in the Sanskrit quotation. To all my scientists and technologists friend, I just appeal, if you really want to have good startup and the business model, please have a friendship with your domain experts from anyone from the Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, because that Sanskrit quotation carries a lot of meaning. That traditional wisdom, if we want to make it classical yet contemporary, most relevant, because these quotations are like codes, computer codes. We have to able to read between the line. So what is said ahara? It says that manaha shariram anupaghati. These two words carries lot of hidden meaning. That is the mantra of today's food technology. Because whatever food we have, we say that it is good for the good caloric value, it is good carbohydrate, it is hypolipidemic, good for cholesterol, and that's why zero cholesterol oil we use, anything what we use. But what ahara says that it should be first is manaha. It should not anupaghati. Ghata means trauma. So it should not cause trauma to my mind first, manaha. And then it's sharira. So it should together. Mind and body are two sides of a single coin. So someone tells to me which food is good for me. तो मैं ये कहती हूँ कि आपके दादाजी नानाजी ने जो लेते थे ना फैमिली में, वही आपके लिए अच्छा है. Wherever you are, because it is your genome is nurtured, your epigenetic changes, methylation is done. Whatever is done, that you should traditional food is the best, because you like whatever your likes, your mother's recipe. Why you like? Because it is mana anan hitakar. So mind and the body, both should together. In a restaurant, something you like simple, freshly prepared. So all this technology, when you develop your restaurant, your technology, all these things should be presentable, palatable, packaging, labeling. All this is you do attractive for the mind, because you eat not only by your tongue, but you eat your eyes also, because what it should be presentable. This is what it says. But ahar is a swasthasya swasthya rakshanam, aturasya vikara parimoksha. So it has preventive, promotive and therapeutic. So that's why it is said that aharam iti mahabhaishajyam, because if you take right diet, then it becomes as a therapeutic diet. It is your rice, if you take it judiciously, the gruel, rice water, it is the best medicine for the diarrhea and for the fever. And the roasted raw rice, add something into that, add cumin and many other things like pongal and others, then it becomes again therapeutic diet. So it says that nacha ahara samam kinchit bhaishajyam upalabhate. So what means? There is no medicine, the best medicine in the world, like a rightful diet, the best medicine. Aharam Mahabhaishajya, not only Bhaishajya is a medicine, but Mahabhaishajya. So maybe these food technologies can play the wonder if you grab the right crux from the tradition. Natu aharat praninam pranadharanam. So does not only serve the purpose of feeding, nutrition, but it has more vitality. It adds vitality, immunity, it has luster, and all these things are based on the food, what we eat. We are what we eat. That's why we should be always mindful when we eat, where we eat, with whom we eat. So all those emotions, because food is the best carrier of the emotions. So that's why we say that why mother's recipe is good, because mother's love and affection is those are carried through the food what we serve. It is the simple. But which science and which technology will measure this? This emotional carrier. Food is an emotional carrier. If I have this one statement as a mana upaghati, so which science will measure this? We don't have, even AI also can measure this. The impact can be measured. The food served by the someone which you do not like, and the food served with the someone you like. What is the impact? So food assessment is done by the impact, not the science cannot measure. Science only can measure phytoconstituents, but not the impact, emotional, mental, psychological, physical, spiritual, because all spiritual is a sattvic food. So how do we measure? We impact the outcome, assess the outcome and the impact. So those some outcome markers needs to be assessed. This is Patya, and the someone in the morning, the Dean was mentioning about the molecular understanding. So this, because it is a holistic science, it does not has the reduction as a phytoconstituents, because turmeric as a curcumin and curcuminoids may have the toxic effects, but the curcumin with all the phytoconstituents together have the synergistic effect, and as a whole it has the beneficial effect, because it is a whole system, holistic understanding. So curcumin as a whole has a different effect than its constituent. But why these phytoconstituents are important? Because that ensures the quality of the whole system. So those are only the quality markers, not as a efficacy markers, but efficacy as a whole we have to understand. So understanding the holistic nature is only the molecular understanding, cell line behavior, or the molecular understanding like a nutrigenomics. Suppose all the students and everyone is taking, if it is the science and the research, and we are taking the food continuously, only junk food in the evening. I take the burger because it is very easy, one pot cooking. Why to take everything? So just have something as a junk food in the evening. And if you do it continuously, so it has a deep rooted impact, because whatever we eat, it is a deep rooted impact on our genetics. It is a epigenetic changes and methylation, and that's why nutrigenomics is also important. If you take it continuously, that will affect, that will have the neurodegenerative effect. If you are taking only salad and ice cream in the evening, so Ayurveda says that the Viruddha Ahar impacts your vision. Shandhanda Visarpada Kodarana. All infertile couple, maybe you can trace back, there is a history of having incompatible food, because the genes are being vitiated. There is a DNA repair mechanism can also be done, and the damage is done at the level of DNA with the food. That we have to understand, and this science and technology can do this, and I think that's how our traditional food can really play a vital role. Because we really had one study that the sugars, the sweets, can have the negative impact on cognitive behavior as a Medhya Rasayan, and the positive as the nuts can improve, they have the neurocognitive enhancing effect. So this is something the science can do. The one example, because of Ayurveda, I have to touch to the spiritual, that the Ayurvedic very unique aspect of the food, which the technologists can miss it. While we do the transfer of the technology as a food technology processing, but Ayurveda really says that the food is a carrier of emotion, food is a carrier of nutritional value, but it is carrier of sattva, guna and tamas. So the sattvic food, when it is served, so your cognitive enhancement, emotional strengthening, EQ and IQ is strengthened only if you take the sattvic food when there is an exam fever. So if you consume only sattvic food, then you will definitely, the memory concentration will be more. And lot of research has been done on sattvic food like curd, rice, nuts, ghee, and there are many things. But what is more important is a fresh. So if someone wants to really do the research as a food technologist, so do the comparison with the fresh food, freshly cooked food, and the processed food and the preserved food. So that preservation technology hampers the energy, pranic energy, the sattvic level of any food. So the food processing itself is against this sattvic, sattva rajatama. But whatever we have to do, how we retain that sattvic, the freshness, the fresh is the sattvic. So this is again one very important concept of Ayurveda. How will the science and technology do the justice to that? That is question from the domain experts from my side. The second is when we do food technology, we add many things. But Ayurveda has certain things, compatibility and incompatibility. Certain things go well, but certain things are totally against that knowledge. 18 types of incompatibility. Sanyoga viruddha, yoga viruddha, matra viruddha, virya viruddha. So all these things we have to understand. Ghee and the honey cannot be added together in the same quantity. So this is a sanyoga viruddha, matra viruddha. So all this compatibility and incompatibility, because that really has the negative effect on our health. Those things are missing in the conventional nutritional science. So these are some of the salient features as a science research perspective I wanted to say. And it is not only diet. The food, moong is very good because Ayurveda says that 5 things are swastha hita. Swastha hita means daily health promoter. Anything without anyone sitting here, I don't know anyone's temperament, prakruti, constitution, but I have to suggest 5 things sitting for everyone in the auditorium and for all season, from all conditions and all desha, that is all locations. So Ayurveda has mentioned generalized recommendation, 5 things. One is moong dal. Anyone takes, there is no allergy. Then second is a rice. Anyone takes in the world, staple food for everyone around this globe is a rice, staple food. Then the honey. Third is amalaki, avla. And the fourth is the black resin, black currant. So all these 5 things, if someone, and there is a best in all 12 food categories. What is best? In oil, if anything is the sesame oil is the best one. In the milk categories, cow's milk is the best. In the vegetable, radish is the best. In the leafy vegetables, amaranth is the best. So we have what is the best. So if we don't know anything, we have to choose only best and do the combination and can do the technology. But there is a science. But even then, we have to know smart selection is the one. But whatever we develop, there should be on the packet insertion, what to we eat, when to eat, and how much, the portion size. And this is a mango season, but that does not mean that I should eat 4 mangoes at a time. So portion size, time, and what to eat, who should eat. So all that knowledge, wisdom should be there, because in our traditional wisdom, people know, our mother knows, our grandma knows that the winter we should avoid this, winter we should have jaggery, and summer we should have payasam. So everyone knows this, summer food, winter food, what to eat, night what should we eat, what should we avoid, morning what should we eat, because that really has the positive and negative impact. And that's what we say that smart food. So what is simple thing is सूरज के साथ चलो, go with the sun, like Suryoday and Suryastam, sunrise to sunset, whatever we want to eat, breakfast, lunch and dinner should be Suraj ke saath, because you get the solar energy. There is a synergy between the outside. You are the mini universe like outside. So your digestive fire, BM, digestive fire is optimum when sun is on. It is negative, digestive capacity is negative when sun is not there. So that lunar energy we have to just use it for the anabolic activity. And for all catabolic energy liberation, you have to use the daytime. This is what Ayurveda says. But as a technologist, as a food scientist, and we have to scale it up, we have to make it in the market. So what we do, if something is really bad, not good, so Ayurveda has given us the key how to make bad into good, how to make unpalatable into palatable. We have to use that technology as a food processing technology, because everything cannot. So we can make general things also, generalized thing, and make it customized also. So Ayurveda, it is a principle of food technology and food processing. It's 5 things. It says that पथ्यम पथो अनपेतम यद्यश्चोक्तम मनसः प्रियम. सो पथकर वही है कि मन के लिए प्रिय है, और कुछ अप्रिय. You have to tell me time because I am a teacher, so 45 minutes I can go, but you have to tell 5 minutes when it's there. Okay. So yach apriyam niyatam na lakshet. For example, the someone who is a Bengali and I tell him not to take fish, then he will take fish, but he will not come to me. That I should know. So okay, अप्रिय जो है वो नहीं लेना चाहिए. तो जो प्रिय है वही हम बेनिफिशियल कैसे बनाएं? Whichever is good, but if it is not good for your health, then you should have that tactics, the trick to make it beneficial. So how do we do it? So Ayurveda says that matra, kala, kriya, bhumi, deha, desha, gunantaram. Matra is a change the dose, change the timing. Most importantly, kriya, processing. If something is heavy, roast it, mix it light. Do it, mix it with some tricatu or some spices, mix it palatable, digestibility बढ़ जाती है. Then bhumi, that is a desha, location. Deha, dosha, change according to the dosha. So this is the Ayurvedic principle of food technology, and we use it judiciously in making the recipes and combination. This is the basic quotation. I think all food technology, this should be the base of having how classical things can become the contemporary. So the Prakriti is not, the constitution is not the person's constitution only. For example, it is a Vata person, what will is good, Pitta person, what is good. But what is more important, because we have this synergy between the plant, planet and the people. Everyone, we are the same. So the plant, the food ingredient also have the synergy like a man. So what is the inherent nature of the food, that we have to understand according to Ayurveda. For example, black Bengal gram, masha, is heavy, mung is light. Even though it is a nutritional value, you have to understand the digestive capacity as a agni. If someone has a low digestive fire, the capacity, then mung is good, not Bengal gram. So these are karana, that is application, combination, dose, all these things we have to understand. So this is digestibility, safety, palatability. There is a complete one division and one speciality of having Krutanna Varga. Krutanna is, it is not like a Ayurvedic pharmaceutics, like Ayurvedic 8700 medicinal plant, and the pharmaceutic dosage form is called as a Bhaishajya Kalpana, Rasa Shastra, as a pharmaceutics. But for the food, is a food format, and food format is a swastha vrutta, and there is a complete food pharmacology and food making processing is called as a krutanna. If anyone wants to have the food technology, you have to refer to krutanna varga from Ayurveda. So this is basic difference that we have to understand. Comparison should not be with the pharmaceutics, with the krutanna varga. So this how there is a making as a bhojana, paka, pach. There are different food formats, dosage format like Yavago. I have not seen any. If tech company comes with the Yavago, the name is also very good. The novelty is there, and if you serve in the package that Ayurveda Yavago, then people will see there is a Yakult. It's a prebiotic, and people take it as a Yakult. So why there cannot be? Why we use our traditional terminology as Yavago, as a Vilepi? That is a tradition. That is a Ayurvedic food format. That is the original native, our own format. Why we change it? But we make it popular. We make it a synonymous translation of how it is. And then it makes very interesting, tasty, healthy and yummy as well. Why we say only mung soup? Why we don't say yusha? So these are very nicely connoted narratives can be built up. So that ahar should be with the prakruti according to Agni, food as a medicine. I discuss many things, and as why people know should come as a Ayurveda ahar. Why? Only because of the market and economics. Why? There is a lot of scope for Ayurveda ahara as a various Ayurveda food formats, because untapped potential. Unorganized sector, no one really has thought of. Have you seen any Yavago in the market? There are thousands of Yavago in the Ayurveda classical text. Ready-made recipes. You have to just add technology and come to the market. There are thousands of food formats. Ready-made, tested. There is an experiential, classical, only evidence has to be created and technology support is required. So this is why it is important, because there is a economic potential. It says that this global nutraceutical market is like CAGR 5 to 2 between 20 to 2030, and 2030 value projection is USD 396 billion market. So there is a huge potential, not only for the health, for the metabolic disorders, for the pediatric, for the geriatric, for the adolescents. And herbal is not Ayurveda. Herbs is that means herbs in all nutraceuticals. We are talking about Ayurveda food technology. So we will be the leader. You will be the leader. No one in this globe and the world has prepared Yavago. But if we do it nicely, do it evidently, scientifically, I think we will be the leader. We can tap the potential, the market. So this is how, and even in India, it is 9.22. It is growing fast than the world. So we have to really tap this opportunity. And there is a nutritional Poshan Abhiyan, there is a Eat Right India mission, and there is a rising demand. There are low risk and FDA approval, FSSAI categories there, and that's why we came out with the Ayurveda regulation, separate regulation category as a Ayurveda regulation. And what is has, it's very easy and simple to start with. Why? Because considering our traditional wisdom, like in Ayurveda food and Ayurveda medicine also, we have separate scheduled authoritative text, like 69 authoritative text. If you pick up any formulation and take the FDA approval, ensure the quality, you can market it anywhere in the world and in the state. The same is a Ayurveda Ahar category. If you pick up from 71 books, there are ready-made available recipes. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. No one has done this in this world. 100% untapped. If you pick up any recipe, apply the technology, do the packaging, labeling, do the nice scientific nutritional assay, and market it. It is so easy. That's why Ayurveda Ahar supports to that. There is list of additives, microbial contamination, everything is there, and it promotes holistic well-being and natural ingredients that are beneficial for the health. And it allows herbal teas, functional food, millet, traditional recipes, and many things. And it emphasizes on traditional ingredients, nutrition, but now how the synergy is done, because even though it is traditional food recipe, nutritional value must be documented, focusing on sustainability, quality assurance in sourcing. Only last 2 slides. Yeah, I will not take much time, because yes, these are some of the categories. Maybe you have not heard the name. You can correlate the narratives, but there is a lot of potential. For example, sattu. You know the sattu, how beautiful it is done. You can say anything, but you take the recipes from the tradition, have the health benefits already done. Vyoshadi sattu. It is good for obesity. This is a obesity drink. Every day morning, why you take anything else? Only just take this obesity drink. I think you will get the result within 60 days. And this is good for diabetes, diabetic breakfast. This can be the best food. Panaka in the summer. All the summer, why you need only cold drinks? This can be the summer drinks. Jivaniya Panaka. Name itself is very good. Jivaniya. No one has done it, and your name, your company name, Jivaniya, and Jivaniya Panaka, summer drink. So you can mention Mantha, all alcohol, cirrhosis. After taking alcohol, if there is a next day hangover, you recommend this Kharjuradi Panaka, prevents liver cirrhosis. So these are many untapped potential. Like it is like a sky is the limit and the ocean is the opportunity with this. And many things I will, because I have got the ringing that I have to complete my presentation. But what is limitation? Why even in spite of thousands of recipes sitting in the classical text experiential wisdom, why we are not doing? Sitting in this auditorium, how many people knew name Yavagu? Please raise your hand. Very good. So are all from Ayurveda colleges, I think. Yes, very good. Then but the technology, how many are the technology? From technology. Did you know this Yavagu? So I think you have to meet your friends. So this is like educating, and they were selling that market, so that we have to sensitize at policymakers, homemakers, FBOs, FDA, delivery for platforms like Zomato, and culinary service providers like chef. So madam, director madam, it's a technology like the first step, but maybe we can tap all these stakeholders separately, create a sensitization workshop, and how we bring them there on one platform. So whatever recipes we prepare, maybe they are the carrier, they can, our stakeholders to take it forward. That is the solution. And we have to tell all those health benefits of our kitchen, of our spices, of our many things, while jwar puff and the cookies and whatever we serve, maybe we do it innovatively. What the Gen Zs and the millennials want, we make the healthy options for them. I will just say one. At ITRA, there are we were working with NIPTM, that is National Institute of Food Technology, and with CFTRI as well. And now at ITRA, I will just Chinsa, that is Imli, tamarind. With Chinsa candy, we already have understood their assess its nutritional analysis, and we are using it for the iron deficiency anemia. For the grape jam, we are using it for the anemia. And there are many such drinks and the food formats and the cookies, ragi based cookies, jwar based cookies we are using, having a nutritional assessment with the technology, having all the logic is from the convention, tradition, but technology applied with is from today's science, and having supported with the nutritional science assessment. So all together we can serve it better. So these are some of the example. Last success story is of one cookie, fortified cookie, that is at Institute of Teaching and Research from Jamnagar. Now there is you are aware that all over India this is a Poshan Pakhwada. All 15 days are celebrated in the community, because madam you told about something for the public health and community. So this is for what we have to really empower our community with nutritional supplement and give them training about Anganwadis and Aya. So we are doing this at ITRA, Institute of Teaching Research, where I come from now, Jamnagar. And what research at PhD level, one cookie for these children giving to Anganwadi was prepared. Their nutritional assessment, everything is done. And you see, there the combination is all about makhana and Ayurveda, glyceriza, guduchi, atibala, kharjura, ginger, palatability, digestibility, nutritional assessment values, everything is being assessed. And those cookies we serve at all Anganwadis at Jamnagar is being served. Their data is mentioned, pre and post weight gain and all the parameters, anthropometric measure and are all done. And on the research you can see how palatability and many things are their weight gain, their cognitive improvement is done, at scholastic improvement is done. So this is how we do. And last solution, like modern tech equivalent, possible fusion, sensory profiling, personalized diet, probiotics, Ayurtech, gut health shots, lipid based carriers, all these are the solutions. But what is more, whatever we do, we should have the technology for processing true to Ayurveda science, preservation and fortification. I think these three we can do. I think we can really come out with the very good Ayurveda ahar food with the range, with the latest food technology. More options. Probable solution I already mentioned. Since it is a tech platform, we can use this tech platform. We are there to provide policy support. We are there to provide startup support. Who comes forward, we will give the startup support. You can submit this research proposal to EMR project, to CCRS, to Ministry of Ayush, in community, in public. This can be public health initiative where 1.5 CR fund is also given. So the conclusion is the sustainable nutrition and coming Ayurveda ahar and food technology together, so that we can direct the future of our country, citizens and of the globe. Thank you very much. And lastly, I had with German partner, with Random House, we are written this Let Food Be Your Medicine, and that is Random House publication, one of the top selling book. So this food technology and dietetics is at the heart, not with Indians, but across the globe as well. Thank you.